This is such a soulful group, and I know that everybody here has had an experience in their life, many times perhaps, when you've been shocked or you've had sudden awakened awareness where you really perceived everything as united and connected and beautiful. And those moments don't stay with us sometimes very long, but it leaves us with a sort of a soul hunger for having that feeling again or wishing for it permanently. And I remember I was 16 years old at a girls' school, and there was a wonderful, wonderful teacher there. She stayed in my heart all my life. Her name was Miss Carnes. And she was, I mean, people made fun of her because she was what we called a spinster in those days and dressed very dowdily and was peculiar on the surface. But she taught us poetry. And the poem that really shocked me the first time was the one by Edna St. Vincent Millay. It was called Renaissance. And it always felt, it's 220 lines, but it felt like there was someone almost speaking from the grave, looking back at life, at all of its poignancy and its beauty. And there was a line that just went into my heart and has been there ever since. And that line was, "Oh God," I cried, "no dark disguise can e'er hereafter hide from me thy radiant identity." And I just remember that moment so clearly. And then as time went by, I discovered a series of books by Roger Housden. The first one was called 10 Poems to Save Your Life. And he selected poems that affected him that deeply. And he wrote about, he gave selections from those poems. And that's where I discovered Hafiz. I know it's pronounced Hafiz because I got to know the main translator of Hafiz, Daniel Ladinsky, over time. And Hafiz is the most playful poet. I think you'll hear today from the poems that Tim and I are sharing, the playfulness and the joy and the ecstasy of what poetry can bring. So over to you, Tim.
Okay, well, I was back in Los Angeles and went to a seminar on Rumi, and there was a woman who was Persian and had studied 11 years on the books of the Masnavi, and the way they taught it over there was orally. And so I entered this course, and it just became more and more enthralling. And the idea is there are many paths into the divine. And one of them is called the Bhakti path, which is overwhelming love and joy. And that's what Rumi brings forth, is overwhelming love and joy for the divine, which you will feel. And of course, he met his kind of master, Shams-i Tabriz, and the two of them would talk for so long, and they coined a word called sobe. And sobe is a kind of speaking that is so beyond normal discourse. It's elevated, it's inspirational. So I hope that we can bring some sobe to our presentation today, because this is a meditation. And the other thing about Rumi is he develops a path for us to follow, which we're going to do little breaks through this. And we're going to talk about some of this. So here we go. We'll go to the next one. And Diana, if you want to talk about Hafiz here.
Hafiz was born in Shiraz, Iran. He is one of the most celebrated of the Persian poets, and his influence can be felt to this day. As the author of numerous ghazals expressing love, spirituality, and protest, he and his work continue to be important to Iranians, and many of his poems are used as proverbs or sayings. Hafiz had accomplished the task of learning the Quran by heart at an early age. That is the meaning of the word Hafiz. At the same time, he is said to have known by heart the works of Rumi, Sadi, Farad Undin, and Nizami.
Okay, now Diana's going to read these. They're a great meditation, so just invite you to like relax and just take in the beauty of these poems.
The closer I get to you, beloved, the more I can see it is just you and I all alone in this world. I hear a knock at the door. Who else could it be? So I rush without brushing my hair. For too many nights I have begged for your return. And what is the use of vanity at this late hour, at this divine season that has now come to my folded knees? If your love letters are true, dear God, I will surrender myself to who you keep saying I am. Today by Hafiz. I do not want to step so quickly over a beautiful line on God's palm as I move through the earth's marketplace today. I do not want to touch any object in this world without my eyes testifying to the truth that everything is my beloved. Something has happened to my understanding of existence that now marks my heart always full of wonder and kindness. I do not want to step so quickly over this sacred place on God's body that is right beneath your own foot as I dance with precious life today. A wine bottle fell from a wagon and broke open in a field. That night, 100 beetles and all their cousins gathered and did some serious binge drinking. They even found some seed husks nearby and began to play them like drums and whirl. This made God very happy. Then the night candle rose up in the sky, and one drunk creature laying down his instrument said to his friend, for no apparent reason, "What should we do about that moon?" Seems to Hafiz, most everyone has laid aside the music, tackling such profoundly useless questions. Admit something. Everyone you see, you say to them, "Love me." Of course, you do not do this out loud, otherwise someone would call the cops. Still, though, think about this great pull in us to connect. Why not become the one who lives with a full moon in each eye that is always saying, with that sweet moon language, what every other eye in this world is dying to hear? A cushion for your head. Just sit there right now. Don't do a thing, just rest. For your separation from God, from love, is the hardest work in this world. Let me bring you trays of food and something that you like to drink. You can use my soft words as a cushion for your head. I have learned so much from God that I can no longer call myself a Christian, a Hindu, a Muslim, a Buddhist, a Jew. The truth has shared so much of itself with me that I can no longer call myself a man, a woman, angel, or even pure soul. Love has befriended Hafiz so completely, it has turned to ash and freed me of every concept and image my mind has ever known. I sometimes forget that I was created for joy. My mind is too busy, my heart is too heavy for me to remember that I have been called to dance the sacred dance of life. I was created to smile, to love, to be lifted up, and to lift others up. O Sacred One, untangle my feet from all that ensnares. Free my soul, that we might dance, and that our dancing might be contagious.
Rumi, this was 1207 to 1273. Rumi was a poet who believed that universal love was the path to God. He rejected divisions based on ethnicity and religion. The most fruitful relationship in his development was with Shamsi Tabriz. Two skillful and acute spirits came together, and by sharing the divine bounties and gifts they received from their Lord, they reached peaks that most would not be able to reach easily on their own. So the first one's one of my favorites. It's called a community of spirit. There is a community of spirit. Join it and feel the delight of walking in a noisy street and being the noise. Drink all your passion and be a disgrace. Close both eyes to see with the other eye. Open your hands if you want to be held. Sit down in this circle. Quit acting like a wolf and feel the shepherd's love filling you. At night, your beloved wanders. Don't accept consolations. Close your mouth against food. Taste the lover's mouth in yours. You moan, she left me, he left me. 20 more will come. Be empty of worrying. Think of who created thought. Why do you stay in prison when the door is so wide open? Move outside the tangle of fear thinking. Live in silence. Flow down and down in always widening rings of being. Emptiness is a concept in the second turning of the Dharma, huge concept in Buddhism. And then here it shows up with Rumi, very close to what they talk about in the whole Buddhist cosmology. Praise to the emptiness that blanks out existence. Existence, this place made from our love for that emptiness. Yet somehow comes emptiness. This existence goes. Praise to that happening over and over. For years, I pulled my own existence out of emptiness. Then in one swoop, in one swing of the arm, that work is over. Free of who I was, free of presence, free of dangerous hope, fear, free of mounting wanting. The here and now mountain is a tiny piece of straw blown off into emptiness. These words, I'm saying so much, begin to lose meaning. Existence, emptiness, mountain, straw, words and what they say swept out the window and down the slant of the roof. Out beyond the ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I will meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. This was the gift of love. It's a great cassette CD music thing. I would you can Google it, and I think you can download it for free. It's beautiful, and you get all of Rumi's poems with music by Deepak Chopra, by Coleman Barks, and many other great notables. So here we go.
In my hallucination, I saw my beloved's flower garden. In my vertigo, in my dizziness, in my drunken haze, whirling and dancing like a spinning wheel, I saw myself as the source of existence. I was there in the beginning, and I was the spirit of love. Now I am sober. There is only the hangover and the memory of love, and only the sorrow. I yearn for happiness. I ask for help. I want mercy. And my love says, look at me and hear me, because I am here just for that.
Okay, I want to preface this one a little bit. In just about every system, they talk about the death of the little self in order to be able to realize what you really are on a huge, massive scale. Rumi does it beautifully because he talks about die to this love. And so listen to these words and the images. They are just so beautiful and so moving. Here we go. Die to this love by Rumi.
Die, die, die in this love. If you die in this love, your soul will be renewed. Die, die. Don't fear the death of that which is known. If you die to the temporal, you will become timeless. Die, die. Cut off those chains that hold you prisoner to the world of attachment. Die, die, die to the deathless, and you will be eternal. Die, die, and come out of this cloud. When you leave the cloud, you will be the effulgent moon. Die, die, die to the din and the noise of mundane concerns. In the silence of love, you will find the spark of life.
Okay, on this next one, we have two more to go. You may want to just move around a little bit in kind of like we did with the medicine dance last week, because it's music is pretty engrossing. Here we go.
A lover asked his beloved, "Do you love yourself more than you love me?" The beloved replied, "I have died to myself and I live for you. I've disappeared from myself and my attributes. I am present only for you. I've forgotten all my learnings, but from knowing you, I have become a scholar. I have lost all my strength, but from your power, I am able. If I love myself, I love you. If I love you, I love myself." If I love myself, I love you. If I love you, I love myself. If I love myself, I love you. If I love you, I love myself.
And one more, and again, some movement.
In the orchard and rose garden, I long to see your face. In the taste of sweetness, I long to kiss your lips. In the shadows of passion, I long for your love. Oh, supreme lover, let me leave aside my worries. The flowers are blooming with the exaltation of your spirit. By Allah, I long to escape the prison of my ego and lose myself in the mountains and the desert. These sad and lonely people tire me. I long to revel in the drunken frenzy of your love and feel the strength of Rustum in my hands. I'm sick of mortal kings. I long to see your light. With lamps in hand, the sheiks and mullahs roam the dark alleys of these towns, not finding what they seek. You are the essence of the essence, the intoxication of love. I long to sing your praises, but stand mute with the agony of wishing in my heart.
All right, our final poem called The Guest House, and Diana and I are going to switch off through The Guest House by Rumi. So Diana, if you want to start.
This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival.
A joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor.
Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight.
The dark thought, the shame, the malice. Meet them at the door laughing and invite them in.
Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond.
You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean.
Ocean in a drop.
That drop.
I am able. If I love myself, I love you. If I love you, I love myself. I am able. If I love myself, I love you. If I love you, I love myself.
I love that, you guys.